We're here in the Wellness Lab. I'm your host, Dr. Alok Patel, and this is the place where we talk about ways to relax, six packs, living space life hacks. It's enough awkward rhyming, sorry. Today we're gonna talk about the importance of just boosting up your living space, the place that we all wake up, work, eat, play, party in. Now, here's the thing. We spend 90% of our lives indoors. And a lot of that time is gonna be in your own place. And so it's important that you not only love the place you're in, that the place is also safe and sanitary so that your living space can also play a huge part in your preventive health. And we're gonna run through simple little things you can do to kind of boost that up. So check it out. How many people out there have lived in an apartment with one window that may face another apartment that gets very little natural light? Where is the sun? Every single day, it's dark day and night. I just want a little bit of light. And this is why a lot of people out there have experience with seasonal affective disorder. Now, seasonal affective disorder, make no mistake, is a type of depression. And if you actually do truly feel depressed, you talk to a licensed medical health professional. And if they recommend you try some light therapy, it's a great option. Because the way seasonal affective disorder affects people is during those long winter months when the sun's not out, it's possible that lack of light messes with our internal clock, messes with our circadian rhythms. And sometimes a small little hack, like a seasonal affective disorder light therapy box, might be all you need. Something like the Verilux HappyLight box. This thing's the jam, you turn it on, lux everywhere. And sometimes all you need is 20 to 30 minutes in the morning. I mean, I can feel kind of the energy coming through me right now. That thing plus morning coffee, and I was like, out the door. Now, what about incorporating some nature into your place? Adding some plants has actually been shown to increase our connection to nature. Remember, we are still animals at the end of the day, and that can actually reduce your stress. This set right here from Costa Farms does exactly that for me, because they're small. They can go right on top of my counter next to my kitchen. The science is still on the fence about whether or not talking or singing to your plants actually helps them, but it helps me. Archie, Moose, and Jughead. Now, here's the funny phrase. I hear a lot of people all over the world say, open up the door, open up the window and get some fresh air. And I'm like, oh yeah, real fresh air with that car exhaust, wildfire smoke, pollutants, ozone. Soak it in. Yeah, the air is not so fresh nowadays, unfortunately, in a lot of cities. And one thing I recommend for everyone out there is to actually look up the air quality in your neighborhood, wherever you live. Now, if you go somewhere like airnow.gov and you look up the air quality, you may see some alarming numbers out there. So what can you do? One easy thing, I have 2 of them in my small apartment, are air filters. For example, check out this one, Blueair 411 air filter. This thing is made with a carbon filter, so it's gonna pull out all that nastiness from a small bedroom, but even things like allergens, pollen, mold. I turn this thing on. Smells like cleaner air, which is a good thing. I do like the added touch of 3 different levels of how to use this. Now, one important note about air filters is you may see advertisements that these are great for people who have asthma. So yes, if your asthma is triggered from certain things like pollen or dander, these may help. But an air filter is not sufficient and should not qualify as treatment for underlying heart or lung disease. You have to chat with a doctor first. So we're talking about sparkling clean air. You know what is not clean by a long shot? This dirty device right here that we're all just so attached to. If you look around, people have these, they leave it on the seat next to them in the subway, then it goes on top of a dinner table, then it goes on their hands. How often do people actually clean their phones? Not very often. Here's the thing, this has a lot of bacteria on it. And one bacteria, just one, can actually multiply enough to make 8 million in a single day. Pretty dirty, right? I know. If you don't always have little alcohol wipes around, you could just grab a phone soap. This is a larger version of one, but what it basically does is it uses UV light. I wonder how much it's really gonna be able to fit in here. Let's go, my laptop. And now I know that UV light, the same light that comes from the sun, is actually neutralizing and taking care of the bacteria on my phone. It's gonna sit in there. My light is gonna tell me when it's done cleaning the phone, then I'm going to know my phone is clean. Then I can hold it in bed and watch YouTube which I shouldn't be doing right before bed because I can mess with my sleep hygiene. Don't do that, bad example. So there you have it. Make sure your living space is uniquely yours. Here's some very easy ways to brighten it up, no pun intended, and we will see you next time for more little life hacks coming at you from the Wellness Lab. With that being said, I think my phone is done cooking. Not yet. The bacteria are fighting back. I can hear them.